So, Paul, 0-0 draw today. What are your overall thoughts on the game?
Very happy with the point. If you can't win the game, then don't lose it. I thought Beaconsfield were the better side today, and I think they'll be disappointed, perhaps not to go away with the 3 points from our perspective. We know we've had a few issues this week with injury and getting people onto the pitch. It was great to see Jake Hesketh back, but like I said, if you take the overall game, I always like to think I'm honest. I think we're happier with the point than Beaconsfield.
You weren't seen in the dugout for the first half, but you returned in the second half. Is there any reason for that?
Yeah, so I took the opportunity to watch the first half from the gantry. It's a much better viewing position. You can see all over the pitch and see down, and it's quite an interesting. I've done it lots of times before. And obviously, the second half was always the plan to go down and be on the bench.
There were chances for both sides, but there was no end product from either. What was missing from today's performance?
Probably just that little bit of quality. I think if you look at both goalkeepers, I can't remember certainly their keeper having to make a save that would have worried him too much. Maybe one when Lucas hit it into the ground. Goz has made a real good save where he's tipped it over the bar, I think, at the start of the second half. But overall, probably not quite enough quality to finish. But if you know this pitch, it's an incredibly difficult pitch to play good football on at the moment, and so it's nobody's fault. It's just an old pitch. It needs to be dug up almost and restarted. So I thought some of the football played, especially by Beaconsfield at times, was despite of the pitch. And from our point of view, as I said, we did have those 4 or 5 chances. We improved massively between sort of 45 and 65 by getting higher up the pitch and making the pitch more compact. And then we did have chances. As I said, Lee Watt's gone around the goalkeeper and you're waiting for it to go in. But as I said, I think in all honesty, if we'd have won that game today, it would have been a bit of a steal.
And another chance to play on Tuesday at home against a good Walton side. What do you see for that game?
Well, I hope we can see, because last time the floodlights went out. Listen, it's another chance to play another game. Like I said, we're very short on numbers at the moment. We've lost Carlos to Bournemouth this last sort of couple of weeks, and he's a big miss for us. But for us, it's another opportunity to try and get. And I said to you in the interview Thursday, this point today is valuable for us. I've looked at the results, and I think the bottom 4 or 5 teams have won. And as I said, this is going to be a question all season. It's not that we're in mid-table looking up. We want to get to 50 points as soon as we can, and that today was a really good point towards this target of 50 that we've sort of set ourselves.
And a point today keeps showing mid-table, but do you think by the end of the season you could push for the top half positions?
Like I just said to you there, I think that we've got the ability to do it. I think we're going to need a bit of luck with injuries. If we can keep our key 12 or 13 players fit and around us, then I think there's no reason why we can't almost be in the position that we're in now. But like I said, every game at this level you saw today, they're difficult games, and I think we've got Chesham coming up, who are top of the league as well in this month. I think we've got Bracknell Town away, who've been decent since the new guys taken over. Walton, obviously good team on Tuesday. So, as I said, there's no easy games at this level, and I think you've got to make sure that you win those games against the teams in and around that bottom 6, 7, and you'll be okay. But you've got to still do it. There's no point just saying it. You've got to do it.
You mentioned earlier about the pitch. Does the club have any plans to improve the pitch?
Yeah, like I said, at the moment, things are tight financially. I don't think the crowds have been anywhere near as good as we'd hoped, and that's from probably the start of the season onwards. And what we're trying to do in the summer, as I said, is to get some fresh investment, fresh people in. So yeah, the pitch is 100% part of the plan for the improvements in the summer. I think everyone's going to be sort of over the moon with the improvements that they end up seeing, because it's going to be a busy summer here. But as I said, at this moment in time, we've got to concentrate purely on securing enough points to make sure we stay in the league. And like I said, if we get to 50 and end up with 60, that's brilliant. But at the moment we're just sort of viewing, I think we've got 13 points to get to that 50-point target, with about, I think it's 16 to go or something. So we've got to keep going.